There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz.jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
At a time when customers are demanding more value more rapidly, you need a transformation partner that can help make your customer experience your competitive differentiator. For years, RRD Go has been helping companies reinvent how they do business and reimagine how customers connect with their brand. Our customized solutions, deep industry expertise, and highly skilled global talent pool empower clients across every industry. We elevate customer engagement with targeted, interactive, and compelling omni-channel communications, and leverage tech-driven solutions to reimagine customer interactions and accelerate your transformation agenda. Our digital and workflow solutions generate actionable insights, enhance organizational flexibility, and simplify transactions. We harness the power of next-level technologies to bring new solutions to life. Everything from automation and data visualization to AI, AR, and beyond. By combining best-in-class, forward-looking technologies with some of the industry's best forward-thinking minds, we can help take your customer experience beyond what you thought was possible. Discover how. Visit rrd.com/go today.
Good morning, students. I am Vixie, the Automated Recruitment Assistant of VXI, and I am here to answer your questions about our company. Hi, I have a question. Does VXI accept fresh graduates? Definitely. We accept fresh graduates, and you can apply via walk-in process at all our recruitment hubs. Jumpstart your career with us here at VXI. Is it really true that it is a one-day processing before you get hired? Absolutely. Here at VXI, you can get hired within the same day. Perks, benefits, and a great working environment await you here. We have decided that all of us will be applying tomorrow at VXI. See you there, Vixie!
In this constantly changing world where businesses move at a rapid pace, Innodata solves the toughest challenges in any industry through human expertise and the power of technology. We are a community that thrives on a culture of collaboration, ideation, and innovation. And we want you to be part of our family. Your journey towards a meaningful and thriving career begins with us. Be part of the Inno community. We are Innodata.
Alright, so good morning everybody and welcome to Jobs180.com's 2024 Marketing Me Live with Cristal-e College and Camarines Sur Polytechnic College Buhi campus. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180, Accenture, and VXI. So before we start, may we invite everybody for the opening prayer followed by the singing of the national anthem.
Let us bow our heads and put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today. May you bestow your guidance and blessings so that we can enjoy and appreciate its significance in our lives. Bless everyone who are present here today, that each one of us may be able to share our knowledge, understanding, and wisdom for your glory and honor. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We all ask of this in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiging telas ng sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa dikit mo'y buhay. Upang hinirang, kuya ka ng magiting, sa manlulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nagagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit kong pagaw, ay hinatang tula, kawin sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad ko'y tagumpay na naghihingi, ang bituin at araw niya kailan, ang may di maghihingi, luman ang araw ng waragit pagsingka, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang inigaya na pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Alright, so good morning, magandang araw, and maayong adlaw sa tanan. So is everybody ready for today's event? So I hope you all are. By the way, I am Yumi and I am your host. And we are live again via job180.com Facebook and jobs180.com YouTube. So we hope that everybody is as excited as I am to learn new things today. And on your So before to officially start our session today, let us all welcome Ms. Florvin P. Gokotano, the Scholarship and Employment Facilitation Officer from Cristal-e College.
Okay, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Cristal-e College, I would like to extend a sincere welcome to all of you for joining us today in this Marketing Me Live 2024 webinar hosted by Jobs180.com, our very supportive partner, and especially the participation of our speakers. The purpose of this webinar is to explore everyone's career endeavors. This seminar aims understanding and for us to be enlightened in developing the skills needed to improve career preparation and management to succeed later in life. I hope that today inspires ideas and discussions around the ways that can develop confidence in making informed choices about your future career's goals. We are so excited to have you all here to participate in this webinar. And let me say this quotable quote for you guys. Your education is the foundation. Your career is the masterpiece. Thank you and good morning.
All right, so thank you so much, Miss Flor, for that very welcoming remark. Thank you so much, ma'am.
You're
And
welcome,
another
ma'am.
welcoming remark from Dr. April V. Zabalya Luzon, the Student Affairs Coordinator from CSPC Buhi Campus, to give us her opening remarks as well.
Good morning, everyone. My greetings to our President, Dr. Amado A. Oliva Jr., our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Estelito R. Clemente, our Campus Administrator, Ms. Maria Bernadette A. Tanya Moore, our Guidance Counselor, Ms. Maribel M. Villar, teaching and non-teaching personnel of CSPC Buhi Campus, our dear students, our generous speakers from job180.com, and our successful graduates who will also be joining this event. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, Diyos marhain aldao sa Indogabos. Welcome to Career Education Marketing Me seminar, where we embarked on a journey to explore the significance of a career preparation in today's dynamic world. As we gather here today, we recognize the pivotal moment many of you will be facing, the transition from academia to a professional realm. In the fast-paced landscape of the 21st century, the importance of preparing oneself for a career after graduation cannot be overstated. It is not just about obtaining a degree. It is about equipping oneself with the skills, the knowledge, the mindset necessary to thrive in a competitive and ever-evolving job market. Now, more than ever, employers are seeking candidates who not only possess academic qualifications, but also demonstrate practical skills, adaptability, and a strong work ethic. As such, investing in career readiness is not merely an option, it is a strategic imperative. Consider this event as a stepping stone towards your future success. Today, we'll delve into various aspects about career preparation, from honing your resume and interview skills to leveraging network opportunities and navigating career path in emerging industries. Remember, your education doesn't end at graduation. It is just the beginning of a lifelong journey of learning and growth. By embarking the principles of continuous improvement and staying abreast of industry trends, you position yourself as a valuable asset in the workplace. So seize this opportunity to glean insights, forge connections, and chart course towards fulfilling your career. Let's embark on this journey together and armed with determination, passion, and commitment to excellence. Thank you, everyone, and let's make today a resounding success.
All right, so let's make today a resounding success. So thank you so much, Miss Flor and Dr. April, for that very wonderful opening remarks. For our audience today, please comment your name, year, and course, and don't forget your school or campus. Okay, again, your name, year, and course, and campus. So if you have questions later on, please type them in so we can answer them after the talk. So the question and answer portion will begin after each speaker's presentation. So don't forget to tag and share this to your friends. So especially those who are not yet here, mention them in the comment section. All right. So for our schedule today, we have the introduction of ResumeLink and digitization in the world of work by jobs180.com, top skills employers look for when hiring by Accenture, developing strong work ethic by VXI. So we have great topics for today, and I bet everyone is excited and ready to listen to our speakers for today, no? So shout out to everyone who is already here na, and for those classmates and schoolmates who are not yet here, tell them to come and watch our webinar because we will sure be learning lots of things that we are going to need when we enter the world of work. So don't forget to comment your name, year, and of course your course and campus. As we go along, type in your questions so we can read it later. So sabi nga ni Susan Rosas, huwag mahihiyang magtanong. So this is your chance to ask before they face the world of work. So to our audience, sit back, relax, and let us all hashtag learn together as I introduce our first speaker. So our first speaker will be discussing job applications using ResumeLink. So he has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. So as a trusted resource speaker, he has done over more than 1,000 career development seminars in more than 400 colleges and universities nationwide. So let us all welcome the Managing Director of Jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Sir Kim, take it away.
Everyone. Good day to all of you. My name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa, baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. And I'm here to share to you about the most secure tool for job application. This is how you can market yourself more effectively and the different ways to do that. Okay, so let me start. Now, when you apply, you probably have a checklist if you're using the right tool. So just go along with me if you have the right, if you have the same checklist that I have. So ito yung mga things na like kong tinatandaan, no? Will my tool or will the thing that I'll be using help me to stand out? That's the first item that is very important for me. Kailangan mag-stand out ako kasi dami-dami kong kasabayan kalaban sa pag-apply. Another thing in my checklist is that, do I have more than one file? Because oftentimes I have a lot of files. May academic records, may mga government IDs, ang dami yung mga kailangan hingiin ng mga companies. So I'd like to put them all in one file. And this tool helps me to do that. Okay? Another thing that this tool can do is that it allows me to make the process more efficient. Mas napapabilis yung pag-apply, no? Hindi na napapatagal yung pabalik-balik. So, mas mabilis din syempre tayo maka-move forward. Di ba? And another thing that this tool can do is that wala tong bayad. Mukha lang akong salesman pero libre po ito. Okay? So, this tool is absolutely for free. The most important in my checklist is that this tool, okay, makes my information secured. And I think this is the most important question. Do you want your information to be secured? I hope your answer is yes. Okay? And so with that, let me show you ano tong tool na ito. This tool is called ResumeLink. ResumeLink by definition is the most secured tool for job application. Okay? This is a personalized URL. It is a link that anyone can open online anytime, provided that they know the link. So let me use an example. If you are John Santos, just in case lang, your name is John Santos, your resume link would look something like johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. So how do you make one? Okay, how do you make one? Now, the first step is for you to register. This is absolutely for free. Wala itong bayad. Okay? So what do? You go to www.jobs180.com and that is where you now register. Okay? As you register, you just simply fill out the information. These are the basic information. You have the account details, you have your personal information, you have your education background, and just in case you have your work experience, whether it's OJT or it's part-time job or whatever yung work experience na yan, then you proceed to that work experience page. Pero pag wala, hanggang dyan na lang tayo sa my education information. Okay? After doing so, you now start to create your resume link. So ano ba ang basihan ng resume link? Kadalasan, ang resume link natin, we base it on our name. We base it on our unique name. Okay, so as an example, if you are John Santos, then you say johnsantos.jobs180.com. Now, what about during scenarios where you create your resume link tapos may nauna sa inyo? May ibang John Santos, may kapangalan ka, no, nauna sa inyo. Ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon na red na box. Sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Na okay, malungkot pag taken na. Okay lang, maging creative lang kayo ng konti. Pwede mo balik na rin. Pwede mo sabihin Santos John. Okay, you can also say Santos J. O kaya J Santos. O kaya JS, di ba? Or SJ. Depende sa link na gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapareho kahit kayo may kapangalan. Now, another thing I'd like to emphasize here, wag po kayong OA. Pag gumawa kayo ng resume link, huwag mo gagawin tipong nakalagay, cutie pie, lover boy, Barbie doll, di ba? Because it doesn't sound professional. Imagine going to a company and the HR will ask you, do you have a resume? Tapos sasabihin mo sa kanya, meron po, ang resume ko ay eljablo.jobsonid.com. Di ba? Baka matakot yung HR sa inyo. So I don't recommend that you do something like that. Just stick to your name. Whatever your name is, it will sound professional. Okay? Now, in creating a resume link, you have to use a valid email. Emails like Yahoo, Gmail, Rocketmail, any email, basta nabubuksan nyo, wag na wag ka lang gagamit ng facebook.com na email. Okay? Do not use something like, example lang patrick@facebook.com na email. Do not use patricia@facebook.com na email. Okay? In short, do not use @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com, you will no longer be able to receive notifications being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Okay? So use something that you can open. Why is it important for you to open your email? Because you have to verify your account. Okay? Remember, pag nag-verify, yan ang ebidensya na ikaw nag-register talaga. Yan ang proof. Diba? And at the same time, if you verify your account, then you'll be receiving notifications from the companies as well as Jobs on 80. If you do not verify your account, hindi nyo na po marireceive yung mga notification ng mga companies. So, sayang naman, di ba? Might as well verify your account first. Okay? Now, you're done with the first step after you verify. So, ano na ang second step? Ang second step is the most logical of all the steps. You have to complete all the information. Very logical. Sino sa inyo mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, bungi-bungi detalye? Sino sa inyo magbibigay ng resume sa mga HR tapos kulang-kulang details nyo? I don't think you'll do that because you're just wasting your time. Instead, kumpletuhin yung information nyo bago kayo mag-submit dun sa mga companies. Okay? So, step 2, complete the information. And how do you do that? Punta kayo ulit dun sa website, www.jobs180.com, and this time, you don't need to register again kasi may account ka na eh. What you need to do is you have to log in. Okay? Now, as you log in, you start to put your registered email or your resume link and then your password. Na ikaw lang may alam. Okay? Ganun lang siya kasimple. Now, once you're inside your account, you start to fill in the blanks. Ganun lang kasimple. Fill in the blanks. So, the things that you see here, yung mga contents, napakasimple lang. Yung mga personal details nyo, lagay mo dyan. Diba? All the information na sa tingin nyo relevant, you put it there. Now, I have some emphasis lang on items na madalas nami-miss out ito ng mga aplikante. Ano yung mga yon? Sa contact information, you have to put here all the possible ways na pwede kang makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media handles nyo. Ba't ko nasabi yan? Because in reality is, pag tinatawagan kayo ng mga HR, madalas hindi naman ina-answer eh. Lalo na pag hindi nyo kilala, pag nag-ring yung phone nyo, hala, sino kaya ito? Di ba, hindi mo kilala. Ano gagawin? Hahayaan mo na lang. Di ba? Antayin mo kung may mag-message sa inyo. Eh, paano kung yung HR hindi naman masipag hindi masipag mag-message? Masipag lang siya magtawag. That's why I recommend you put here all the possible means na pwede kang makontak. Kagaya ng social media nyo. Put your Facebook there, yung mga messenger nyo, mga Twitter nyo, iba pang mga paraan, social media handles para mabilis kayo ma-reach out. Diba? Message na lang. Are you available Thursday, 10 a.m., so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So lahat ng paraan, lagay mo dyan. What else do you put here? You also put here yung inyong mga work options. Sa work options naman, you just choose lang, parang yes or no lang yan, parang switch, no? Kung ano yung mga options na gusto ninyo. No, willing to work night shift, willing to relocate, looking for OJT, you can also put it here. Okay? And then in terms of education, obvious naman, yung alma mater nyo, lagay nyo dito. Diba? Yung mga pampakapal ng resume, sa seminars attended, kahit magkopyahan pa kayo ng mga classmates mo, okay lang. Basta lang make sure, alam nyo na pag-usapan doon sa seminar na yon. Pagdating sa certification, ganun din yan. Walang limit sa space yan. Achievements, recommend ko dito is you don't only put yung mga achievement nyo inside the school. Okay? Kasi hindi naman lahat tayo academically inclined. Some of us are not very active sa school, pero active tayo sa mga social civic organization. Diba? So, even if it's outside of the school, you can also put it there. As long as you think it is an achievement, you put it there. Okay? Now, in terms of skills and languages, isa-isahin ko lang yan ha. Sa skills, do not limit your skills dyan lang sa course nyo. Hindi perkat education ng course mo, ang ibig sabihin, ang skills na alam mo lang ay magturo. Hindi perkat accounting ang course mo, ang alam mo lang gawin or ang skills mo ay mag-debit, credit at mag-balance sheet. Diba? So, marami kang alam na iba pa mga skills na kahit walang connect sa course, you can also put it here. Sample, photography, diba? Videography, diba? And all the other things, calligraphy, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? When it comes to languages, I'm sure alam nyo, 2 lengguwahe na. At the minimum, you know English and you know Filipino. If you know local dialect, to be specific, lagi mo Tagalog, Chabacano, Bisaya, Kapampangan, 'di ba? Ilonggo, wala naman limit sa space eh. 'Di ba? If you know foreign languages, put it there. Chinese, Japanese, French, Vietnamese, kung ano man 'yan, ilagay nyo. Because what you're doing is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to the prospective company. Now, when it comes to references, sigurado naman ako yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang tanong lang dyan, kayo ba kilala nila? Kasi madalas pag tinatawagan namin yung mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. Yung pinakamalupit dyan, hindi talaga kayo kilala. Okay, so please advise yung mga references nyo na ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, I'd like to highlight yung mga things that you don't find in a traditional resume. Ano yung mga yan? Diba? Ito yung mga yun. Let me start with the portfolio section. The portfolio section is where you now upload evidence of your skills. And I think with this day and age, dito pumapasok yung efficiency ng ating application sa mga companies. Because oftentimes, when we apply to companies, marami mga hinihingi, mga pre-employment requirements. They will ask for mga documents, mga proof that is showing na yan talaga yung mga skills nyo. So, kung ano man meron yung mga documents, you can now take a picture, you can scan them, and you can upload it here. Example, government IDs. Diba? Meron ka mga transcripts, academic records. Diba? You can put that there. Okay? Kung meron mga medical clearance na kailangan, ganun din. Hindi na kailangan magpabalik-balik sa company. Oh, ayos ba? Oh, eto pa. Diba? But wait, there's more. Ito na yun. Etong isa pang gusto ko i-recommend sa inyo, yung tinatawag natin selfie video. Nowadays, I think it is not very difficult to create a selfie video. Diba? Ito may TikTok nga kayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman paano gumawa ng selfie video. So I don't need to teach you how to create a selfie video. What I need to share to you na lang is yung anong kailangan sabihin pag gumawa ka ng selfie video. Okay, this time, what I recommend is you say something interesting about yourself. Okay? So, you pretend that you're being interviewed by the HR. Diba? Ano yung mga tinatanong sa atin? Why should we hire you? Diba? Tell me something about yourself. Why should we consider you among all the other applicants? O, di ba? Ang kagandahan ngayon is you create that video for about 1 minute or less. Hindi kailangan sobrang haba, no? Mga 1 minute lang or less. Pero ang maganda rito is na-evaluate na nung HR yung inyong communication skills. If you can speak in English, then I recommend you speak in straight English. But if you cannot, it's okay as long as you're able to show your personality. You can also showcase here yung mga hard skills nyo. Ano yung mga hard skills? Kagaya ng mga video na panood ko dati, pinakita nila how to use a soldering iron, how to properly handle a welding machine, diba? How to fold table napkins. O, ganun, diba? So, depende ko ano yung mga skills na alam mo at depende ko ano yung nasa field mo rin, diba? Na napag-aralan, diba? So, gusto mo magpakita ka paano mag-balance sheet, pwede rin. O, diba? Again, it really depends on what you wanted to show dun sa HR. Ang point is, you don't need to travel back and forth para lang ipakita on the spot dun sa HR yung inyong hard skills. And most importantly, hindi na kailangan magkaroon ng maraming aberya, maraming storbo. Diba? Sometimes when we try to contact you for the phone interview, maingay yung background, hindi marinig. Diba? Mahina signal, maingay, ano nangyari, nasa biyahe. Diba? Or sometimes hindi magtugma yung schedule. At least with that selfie video, it makes the process now more efficient. Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that you also upload here your profile picture. When it comes to profile picture, you don't need to go to the studio para magpa-picture. Huwag ka na gumastos. Ang importante lang dyan, tumingin ka sa camera, okay, with plain background, at of course, magbihis ka naman ng maayos, di ba? And then, you're good to go. Huwag mo gagawin yung mga nasa right side ng screen niyo. Those samples that I'm showing you, it doesn't look professional. Imagine, di ba, yung mga selfie, mga nilagay ng avatar, yan, huwag nyo gawin yan. Okay? Huwag nyo gawin yan. It doesn't look nice, doesn't look professional. Okay? Now, another good thing pa with the ResumeLink is that meron tayong tinatawag na cover photo. Ayan, pasintabi sa matatamaan. May iba sa inyo nakikinig ngayon, hindi naman kayo gifted with writing skills. Some of us are having a difficult time expressing our thoughts and feelings into words. So ano pwede mo gawin? You can now use those pictures to represent your personality or to showcase yung inyong skills. Example, look at the one on the left, yung nasa baba. Ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, ophthalmologist, optometrist, or eye expert. Yung nasa kanan, yung nasa taas, ano kaya siya? Sabi ni iba, sir, para siyang admin or clerical work. Or maybe makalat kasi tingnan mo yung lamesa ang kalat-kalat. O, di ba? Again, it depends on the interpretation of the person looking at it. This is an example of someone into HR or maybe into psychology. And this one is an example, it's a very good example by the way, of someone who wanted to say that there is no shortcut to success. Hindi po yan miyembro na Akit Bahay Gang. Okay? Ang gusto niya sabihin, you will be able to reach yung goal mo by taking one step at a time. Oh, di ba? You get what I'm saying now. So I'm showing you good examples para you can draw inspiration from. And I will also show you not so good examples. Ito yung wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayong magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Maglagay ka ng picture mo dyan. Lalaki man, babae in between, okay lang. Ilagay mo dyan. Member man tayo ng LGBTQ+, okay lang. You put it there. At least alam ng HR who to expect. A lot of times, yung mga pangalan kasi very interchangeable nowadays. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think, babae ako. Di ba? Eh, pag iba nababasa ko mga resume, ano nakalagay sa resume nila? Chris. Nakalagay George, Alex, Sam, Nick. O diba? Joey, I would assume lalaki. Yung pala, babae. O diba? So that's why you better make sure you put your picture there. And wag naman pugot yung ulo nyo pag nilagay ng picture. Dapat kompleto. Okay? Never leave this blank because if you leave this blank, it will not catch the HR's attention. Trust me. Kung ikaw ang HR, wala ka namang ibang makita dyan, malamang mangyayari dito, next applicant na. Okay? And then if you want to catch the HR's attention, do not create something like this. This is just my opinion. I don't think this looks professional kasi ang dating parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, no? Parang chill-chill, walang pakialam sa buhay. Again, that is just my interpretation. Okay? So I showed you the good and not so good examples para you'll be guided. Now, you can just play along later on kung anong sa tingin nyo mas bagay sa inyong background or sa inyong sa gusto niyo ipakita sa personality niyo. Okay? Now, let's examine a very good example. Look at this person, itong iExpert. Bakit maganda itong example ng kanyang resume link? Because all the information you're seeing here, kompleto na. Diba? Hindi ka na magpabalik-balik eh. Kung ikaw yung HR, everything that you need to ask or you want to know about the applicant, you already find it here. If you're the applicant, you might as well put everything there para wag mo na antayin pa yung time na hihingiin pa sa'yo ng HR yung mga documents yan. Baka hindi na mangyari yun. Baka may ibang aplikante na mas assertive, nilagay lahat ng mga information na i-process na siya kaagad. Diba? Now, at this point, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, sir, okay nga tong resume link. Kaso lang, baka naman yung information ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman nakalantad na sa buong internet. Ang sagot ay, hindi. Kaya nga tinawag na the most secure tool for your job application. Diba? Bakit? Because you control your privacy settings. Ikaw mismo, as an account user or as a resume link owner, ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo. And how will that happen? When you log into your dashboard, as you can see in my screen, when you log into your dashboard, you will find the resume link settings. Pagpunta mo sa settings, mapuntahan mo yung privacy settings at dun ka mamili ngayon ng information you want to show or hide in public. So let me use an example. If you don't want to show your birthday, what do? You turn it off. You don't want to show your references, you turn it off. You don't want to show your address, what do? Turn it off. Diba? So yung mga information na in-off mo, hindi lalabas sa public. Now, if ever lang you decide to change your mind, ang maganda dito sa resume link, updated yan, real time. As in real time. So 5 minutes later, you want to show your birthday, turn it on. What happens? Lahat ng mayroong alam ng resume link mo, alam na niya yung birthday mo. Diba? If 2 days later, you want to show your address, you turn it on, you save your profile, lahat ng may alam ng resume link mo, alam na rin yung inyong address. You get what I'm saying? Diba? So, depende na sa inyo kung ano gusto mo on or off. If you want to turn off everything, then okay lang. You can just turn off the button. Enable public resume link, off. Wala nang lalabas sa public. Kahit na anong information. Okay? So, yan ang re-remind ko sa inyo. This, the second step is for you to complete the information. And in doing so, please make sure that your profile is interesting, diba? Yung information mo kompleto at updated ang details nyo para mabilis kayo makontak ng mga HR. Now, we go to the last step. Pangatlo na, last step na to. The last step is for you to submit. Now, how will you submit your resume link to those companies? You might be thinking you want to explore opportunities outside of the Philippines. Maybe you want to join some job fairs later on. You want to apply online. You want to, marami, walk-ins, diba? Depende kung ano kasi bumabalik na yung face-to-face ngayon. So, lahat ng mga ipapakita ko sa inyo, lahat ito, practical application. Lahat yan, makaka-relate kayo. Ano yung first one? The first one is you go online. Of course. Diba? Yun ang fastest way. You just connect via your phone, via kung ano man gadget mo, go to jobs.at.com, search for companies. And by the way, speaking of search, you can only search for company, tatlo lang pwede mo i-search ha. Search for company name, position title, and location. Doon sa search bar, hindi mo pwede ma-search ang resume link. So example lang, ikaw si John Santos, okay? O kaya ikaw si, ako na lang, Kim, halimbawa lang, subukan mo pumunta sa jobs.at.com, doon sa search bar, type mo doon Kim. Tingnan mo kung may lumabas. Malamang sa malamang, walang lalabas. Unless may company name, position title, or location na may word na Kim. Other than that, walang lalabas dyan. Kasi hindi siya searchable. So, the only time a company would be able to know your information is if and when you give your exact resume link to that company. So, ikaw may control. Ayos? So, tuloy natin. Okay, tuloy natin. So, if you're going to search for companies, what do? Just go to the website of jobs.at.com, search for companies. Kung may lumabas, edi meron. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Diba? Ganun lang yan. Huwag natin pilitin magkaroon ng something kung wala talaga. Diba? Okay, so ano gagawin? Tingnan mo yung mga companies. Kung meron kang type, edi gawin nyo, check nyo yung opportunities. After that, you now submit your information to that company. Okay, and when you submit your information to the company, it will ask for your profile, for your resume link and password. So ikaw lang magbibigay ng consent dun sa company. Okay? Now another option is for you to send resumes via email. Now there's nothing wrong in sending resumes through email. Ang tanong dito is, how are you sending your resumes through email? Do you do it like this? Do you say, dear HR manager, I'd like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. Tapos mag-attach ka ng Word file, PDF file, or whatever file you have. If you're doing those attachments pa, ang tawag dyan, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Hindi ko sinabing mali. Ang sabi ko lang, traditional, pampabagal, makaluma. Bakit? Hindi mo kailangan mag-attach anything anymore. If you're going to write an email and send your resume, just simply type your resume link there. Dear HR manager, I would like to apply for the following position. This is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, @jobsoniti.com. Send. Tapos na. Ganun lang kabilis. Diba? Whatever changes you need to do, you put it inside your resume link. You don't have to keep on sending another attachment. Paano kung imagine mo na lang, nag-attach ka ng Word file. Diba? Ng PDF file. Tapos nagpalit ka ng address, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Email mo na may HR. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated resume. Ganun ba? Paano kung 2 months later, lumipat ka ng bahay, iba na address mo, send ka ulit ng bagong resume. Dear HR manager, I'm sending you my updated, most recent resume. I don't think you'll do that. Kasi kung ganun ang ginagawa mo, sayang sa oras yan, nakakapagod sa part mo, lalong-lalo naman sa part ng HR, mas nakakapagod to keep track kung saan dyan yung pinaka-updated na attachment or pinaka-updated na resume ng aplikante. And this time around, if you have your resume link, all you need to do is just update your resume link at lahat na may alam ng resume link mo, makikita nila yung pinaka-real-time update ng profile or information. Ayos ba? Ayos ba? Sige, another one. For those who wanted to use a hard copy, gusto mo talaga may hard copy ka when you apply to those companies, you want to give something, then this is also possible. What do? You go to your dashboard inside your job seeker account, then you can print your resume link. Mamili ka lang, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, the system will try to compress everything into 1 page. O diba? Maginhawa sa buhay. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-apply sa mga kumpanya, hindi mo na kailangan mag-prepare ng maraming mga pages. Minsan, diba, yung mga aplikante, mga 2-3 pages ang isang set ng resume. Palibasa, yung font size 45. Kaya umaabot ng 2-3 pages. O diba? Pero this time, the system will try to compress everything na into 1 page. Just in case you really want to have a hard copy. O diba? Tipid. Okay? Another thing pa for me to encourage you to do is you use resume link cards. Resume link cards. Ano tong resume link card? Kung sa mga nagtatrabaho na, ang tawag namin business card. Sa mga nag-a-apply, tawag dyan, resume link card. So in one piece of paper, whether short bond or long bond paper, you can now design it your own way. You can design it, depende kung ano ang gusto mo, pagiging creativity mo. Ikaw bahala. You can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa laki or liit. Diba? Kasi laki ng index card or kasi liit lang ng mga normal business cards natin. Diba? So depende. So maybe in one long bond paper, you can make 10, 20 sets of cards na. And so after you have it printed out, pwede ka na ngayon maggupit-gupit. Gupit-gupit na lang. Diba? 10 or 20, bawat kumpanya, you can now start to give that as a hard copy. Hard copy pa rin naman yan eh. But this time, why am I encouraging you to use resume link cards instead of the traditional long bond or short bond paper? Bakit? Unang-una, tipid. Diba? Because of course, right now, eto, tipid. Kasi if you're going to apply to 20 companies, you don't need to print 20 sets of long bond papers. You just need to print 1 long bond paper and cut 20 small pieces of resume link cards. O, diba? That's for the cost side. Tipid na. Pangalawa, at mas importante, security of information. Diba? You want to have peace of mind. Paano ko nasabi yan? Kapag ikaw yung nagbigay sa isang kumpanya ng long bond paper or short bond paper, example lang, no? It's a traditional resume. And for some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Okay? Nilipad ng hangin. Hindi mo kasalanan. Kasalanan ng hangin eh. Diba? May nakapulot na stranger. All your information, alam na nung stranger. Tama? And you cannot deny it because you know what I'm saying is true. Diba? Hindi mo kilala pero alam niya yung buong details mo. Now, using your resume link card, same scenario. Nagbigay ka ng resume link card sa company, nilipad ng hangin ngayon. May na stranger na nakapulot, okay lang. Bakit? Kampante ka. Kasi yung resume link, ikaw may control ng privacy settings mo. That's why, in your resume link card, what I recommend, you just simply put your name and your resume link. Dalawa lang. That's it. If you want to put your mobile number, it's okay. It's up to you. You can put it there. Diba? Pero ang point ko is, resume link, pwede na siya makita ng mga HR or mga companies na bibigyan mo. Diba? So you have peace of mind now. Okay? So there's a lot of advantages using resume links. In fact, doon pa lang sa privacy portion, panalong-panalo ka na. Ikaw ang may control ng privacy settings mo real time. Pagdating sa speed of hire, it becomes faster and more efficient because whatever you want to show the HR, you just attach it there. Whatever the HR needs from you, they just ask from you. Diba? You take a picture, you scan them, upload it there, and later on, pag okay na, you now turn off yung privacy settings mo. Diba? Or you can remove them in the attachments. Diba? Cost efficient, definitely wala tong gastos, tipid. Diba? If you're thinking, ay sir, paano po yung internet, kailangan ng pang-load? Pwede ka maging resourceful. Connect lang tayo sa mga libreng wifi. O, diba? And then, pagdating sa flexibility, if you really want to have it printed out, yung inyong resume, you also have the option to print it out. That's like how I showed it to you, 1 column or 2 column version. Either way, it's really up to you. Pero ang point ko is, ResumeLink na lahat yan. Okay? And you can use this to any platform, whatever platform you want to share it to. You want to share it sa mga messenger nyo, you want to share it sa email, sa Viber, sa text, di ba? Gusto mo, kaya ko bahala. Di ba? Gusto mo, sulat mo sa papel, tapos gawa ka ng airplane, palipad mo, di ba? May nakakuha, alam niya yung ResumeLink mo. Ikaw bahala. Okay? Ikaw may control kung sino ang gusto mo bigyan. Okay? You don't have to use your USBs anymore. You don't have to save it sa hard drive. Baka mawala pa yung USB nyo. Delikado. Diba? Wag na. Baka kung ano pa makita ng mga nakakapulot ng mga USB na yan. Okay? So you don't need to worry about compatibility as well because this is compatible to any platform. If you're using Android, you're using Safari, kung ano magamit mo, pwede yan sa kahit anong version. Okay? And so, just to promote lang, if you want to be part of our team, we're also hiring. Mismo sa jobs180.com, we're hiring for several opportunities, several vacancies yan. Check out na lang yung aming jobs180.com/jobs180 na page. Okay? And by the grace of God, shout out lang ako, right now we have more than 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide. From north all the way to the south of the Philippines. Thank you, Lord. O, diba? Ang kinalat namin, hindi lang virus. Biro lang. Kinalat namin, ResumeLink. Yan ang kinalat natin. So, a lot of schools now, including your alma mater, are now using the ResumeLink. So, I hope it doesn't stop here. No? You become a blessing to others as well. If you have friends, you have yung mga relatives mo, na sa tingin mo, kailangan nitong tool na ito, you can share it to them. Wala namang bayad eh. Libre naman yan. Okay? And so, as we close this portion, I'd like to discuss some of the frequently asked questions. Baka ito yung mga agam nyo or ito yung mga questions na gusto nyo tanungin. Sagutin ko na muna. Okay? Unang tanong, can I give my resume links to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. Basta alam nila eksaktong link mo at ikaw may control, sino bibigyan mo nun. Ikaw lang ang magbibigay. Diba? So, ikaw lang may alam sino binigyan mo. Okay? Now, second question, is it the same as other job platform, kagaya ng JobStreet, LinkedIn, or any other job site? The answer is no. May dalawang pagkakaiba. And let me use an example here. Let me do a shout out to JobStreet, no? Because I think you guys know what JobStreet is. So, shout out lang to them sa mga nasa JobStreet. If you're using JobStreet na resume, you can only apply to companies who are using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. Pero pag gamit mo yung resume link mo, pwede mo yung gamitin kahit na saan, kahit na kanino, kahit na anong platform. Diba? Basta alam ng HR yung eksaktong link mo at ikaw magbibigay nun. That's the first difference. Second difference, if you have already submitted your JobStreet resume to an HR, you cannot change anything anymore. Well, you can on your end, but it will not be reflected on the HR. Hindi siya magiging real-time update. Comparing it to resume link ni Jobs180, you can update it real-time. 2 days later, 5 minutes later, 6 weeks later, ikaw bahala. Anytime nag-update ka ng information, lahat na in-update mo, dagdag bawas, will be reflected real-time across all na may alam ng resume link mo. Okay? So those are the two major differences. Now, pagdating sa pangatlong question, yan ang pinaka-simpleng tanong. Can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na job application platform. Okay? So, use your resume link. Number 4 question, I think is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? The answer is every time. Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Okay? Every time na meron kang babaguhin. Lalong-lalo na yung contact details mo. Kasi imagine, binago mo lahat. Binago mo yung work experience mo, nagkaroon ng awards, nagkaroon ng achievement, hindi ka naman makontak ng HR. Wala rin, di ba? Sayang din. That's why you have to update yung contact details nyo. Okay? And the last question is just a trivia. Trivia lang, palaisipan. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around 180 degrees. And in case you're wondering, no, you wanted to raise a concern, bakit hindi po 360? Kasi pag 360 degrees, you only go back to where you started. Ikot ka lang na ikot, wala kang pupuntahan. 'Di ba? Bumabalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. O ha? O, di ba? Char-char lang yan. Okay? So, anyways, again, kung meron pa kayo ibang questions, just in case you have questions, okay, you may send those questions here through our website, www.jobs180.com. You can also email us or email me here sa info@jobs180.com. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, pati na rin sa TikTok. Okay? So, check us out on all our social media platform. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chua. Don't forget the wa. Okay? Isang magandang araw po sa inyo lahat. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Kim, for that very wonderful presentation about the resume link. So I hope students na may na-learn kayo from the presentation of Sir Kim, and unfortunately, he will not be joining us for the Q&A today. So if you have any questions for him or about the resume link, you can email him at info@jobs180.com, or you may visit our Facebook page, facebook.com/jobs180, and message us there. All right, so thank you so much. So we surely know how to apply for jobs using the resume link, which is also very convenient for us students naman, diba, as we become job seekers. So now, we will be learning how to we will be learning what top skills employers look for when hiring. All right, so our second speaker is a graduate of a Bachelor of Science in Psychology and is a licensed psychometrician with more than a year of experience in the recruitment field. So let us all welcome Mr. Raymart Kyle Dabbay, the recruiting associate of Accenture. So Sir Kyle, take it away.
I felt that my work before didn't give me the continuous learning and career growth I was looking for. Hi, I'm Isa. I am the Clinical Training and Quality Lead for Care Innovation Operations. I am also a nurse by profession, licensed in the state of New York.
Hi, I'm Rosro. I was a Philippine registered nurse when I joined Accenture. I signed up for the USRN Build program where I was able to get my US nursing license. I now handle a group of USRNs for a US health insurance client.
Hi, I'm Rosh. I'm a service delivery lead in health and a global process owner for provider operations, leading a team across Manila, Ilocos, and Chennai.
I felt that my work before didn't give me the continuous learning and career growth I was looking for. So, I joined Accenture as a US registered nurse. Now, I am a clinical training and quality manager. As a nurse, we review patients' medical records to make sure that services are medically necessary.
Our team caters to North America's leading healthcare payers, providers like doctors and nurses, and non-traditional health organizations. We help our clients meet the essential expectations that every person has of the healthcare system: access, experience, and outcomes. We have a strong learning and development capability for our talents. The opportunity to learn and develop new skills is not limited to your specific function or role.
I've learned different skills in leadership, business acumen, technology like robotic process automations, and artificial intelligence, which gave me the advantage in managing the various clinical teams for delivery and quality.
The USRN Build program is an Accenture initiative wherein the company provides opportunities for Philippine registered nurses to become US registered nurses. Accenture shoulders all of the expenses starting from the review center, processing of all of your documents on your behalf, and all the way down to taking the USRN licensure exam. All you have to do is just focus on the review and pass the test.
As a first-time mom of a 1-year-old boy, Accenture gave me the opportunity to work with flexibility, which allows me to spend more time with my son, while at the same time, feel more connected with my team all over the world.
Future Ready is being able to get ahead of the curve. For the last 17 years, I have seen the healthcare industry continue to evolve and adapt to change. The pandemic has accelerated the shift to digital, opening the untapped potential in deploying AI and robotic process automation, all with a goal to be future ready. With Accenture as their partner, our insights and value-driven culture will help our clients deliver their promise of care to their customers.
Thank Jobs 180 for this opportunity they are giving us with Accenture for Spotlight event. And today, we will be discussing top skills employers look for when hiring. Okay, so let me go on to the next slide. All right. Okay. Of course, when we talk about skills, I want to just give you an idea first what is skill. So, according to Cambridge Dictionary, skill is an ability to do an activity or job well, especially because you have practiced it. So, to say a skill is an expertise, which is acquired by a person through series of learning or experience. Hence, I've highlighted the word practice. Kasi ang skill is practice. That is something that you have to hone over a few months or years. All right. So there are two types, generally, of skills, hard and soft skills. So we're going to distinguish each today. So according to Indeed, hard skills are technical knowledge or training you have gained through any life experience, including in your career or education. So when we talk about hard skills are industry specific skills. So, meaning you have acquired this set of skills because this will help you eventually in your profession. So, for example, you are an IT graduate or IT professional. It is only common for you to have, let's say, basic programming skills, right? Or let's say you're taking BS Culinary. Of course, you have set of skills in terms of cooking, that is what we usually that is how we usually distinguish hard skills. It's more specific. In comparison, soft skills are personal habits and traits that shape how you work on your own and with others. So soft skills, so of course, very opposite lang ng hard skills. These are more personal, okay? Because this is a set of skills that is acquired through your habits, through the way you live your life, okay, that you will eventually use in your career path for yourself, for your work, and your relationship with other people, okay? Today, I want to highlight more on soft skills. Although hard skills is just as important as soft skills, but according to Rohan Rajiv, director of product management at LinkedIn, he said that foundational soft skills have become even more important given the rise of remote and autonomous work and are growing in importance across industries, levels, and work environments. In fact, these soft skills were featured in 78% of jobs posted globally over the last 3 months. Okay, so this is the reason why I would want to highlight more on soft skills. Okay, because soft skills are versatile. This is more general, and this set of skills can be acquired by literally everyone. For example, programming skills. Yes, they are specific to IT. To technology. Others can learn it, but I wouldn't think that it's relevant for their profession. However, learning soft skills, whether you are an IT professional or let's say business, accounting, health specific industry, you know, any kind of soft skills will help you in your career path. So then again, I'll be discussing you the top skills employers look for when hiring. So we'll be starting with the first. First is effective communication skills. So with effective communication skills, you have to master this kind of skill, which eventually will help or allow you to work well in a team and build solid working relationships. So when I talk about effective communication skills, I usually dissect it into three. So first is in order for you to be an effective communicator, number one, you should be good at expressing yourself. It is important for us to speak up and be unafraid to ask for help. Okay, so when we talk about effective communication skills in terms of expressing yourself, okay, you know when to say something, you know when to react, certain ways, you know, and you know when to step out of your comfort zone. Especially in the workplace, in our very fast-paced environment these days, mapag-iiwanan ka if you're not good at expressing yourself because they will leave you hanging because you are not putting much of your personality. So if you know yourself, if you're good at expressing or talking to yourself, eventually you can, let that expression out towards other people. Pero in a good way or in a positive way, syempre. And then, of course, good at listening. So, sabi nga nila, communication is a two-way path. So, if you're good at expressing, talking, no, you should also be good at listening to other people. So, part of a good listener is having empathy and sympathy, especially when other people are sharing maybe obstacles in their life, hardships, ganyan, challenges that they experience. You know, you're a good listener if you learn how to empathize in their situation. And then next is good at asking questions as well. Of course, if an employee is good at asking questions, actually employers would really appreciate that. It only means that they want to learn more. Okay, they want to clarify something that they might not be able to understand in the first time. Okay, so there is a sense of being initiative. So these three, good at expressing yourself, good at listening, good at asking questions, these are all part of effective communication skills. So all in all, when you are a good communicator, you should be able to not at least not just master, but at least have an overview of how it's like doing this kind of set of skills. Ayan. And the next is being open to feedback. So feedback is actually a good thing. It is a sign that your employer is transparent, with your work, with your output. They are fair and keen to develop and invest in you. But the thing about feedback is that it always not. It doesn't always have to be positive. Sometimes you will be hearing feedbacks from your supervisors, from your colleagues, even that are constructive. Respond positively. That is the most important thing. Take the time to reflect and use it as a learning opportunity. Okay. Again, employers would appreciate it more if you will be listening to their feedbacks. Not just your employer or your supervisor, but also your colleagues. Syempre, kasi we have our niche. There are things that we do in the office that may bother them. For example, Kyle, I think medyo malakas yung boses mo when we are we're working. Maybe you can tone it down a little bit. Take it, positively. Ay, sorry. I'm not aware that I'm talking very loud na pala. Thank you for telling me. 'Di ba? So they would appreciate that na parang, oh, you're listening to them. So it is a learning opportunity for everyone, of course, especially to that person who listened to the feedback, and to that person who gave feedback na, wow, Kyle is actually, taking feedback as a learning opportunity, So that is also one great soft skill that you have to, hone eventually. Okay. So next is self-awareness. So being self-aware means you know what you're good at and what motivates you. So knowing your strengths will allow you to thrive in the right environment and be your authentic self in the workplace. Okay. So when I talk about self-awareness, it always reminds me of the word self regulation. Okay. When you know how to self-regulate, you know how to control your emotions. The way you react to other or to certain situations, whether it is frustration or excitement, you know how to control it. So let's say, for an example, someone in your team, after 5 years, she was promoted. Okay, it's quite late.
Or
soft skill that you have to, hone eventually. Okay. So next is self-awareness. So being self-aware means you know what you're good at and what motivates you. So knowing your strengths will allow you to thrive in the right environment and be your authentic self in the workplace. Okay. So when I talk about self-awareness, it always reminds me of the word self regulation. Okay. When you know how to self-regulate, you know how to control your emotions. The way you react to other or to certain situations, whether it is frustration or excitement. You know how to control it. So let's say, for an example, someone in your team, after 5 years, she was promoted. Okay, it's quite late, Pero let's just say, for an example, after 5 years, she was promoted. Ako, for example, after 5 years, parehas kaming nag-join, same day, same month, same year sa company, pero siya lang yung na-promote. Although, of course, I would feel some type of way, but I wouldn't make it about me. I would step in the zone and congratulate her. You know, you should be celebratory about her achievement of being promoted. Okay, kasi if you guys know the phrase "read the room," you know, it's a common phrase that I hear online. People should know how to read the room. You should know how to read the feelings that other people exudes in that particular moment. Okay, so at some point promotion will come din sa'yo, pero at this moment we're celebrating other people, so we should be happy and genuinely happy and how do I say this? We should be genuinely happy and celebrating their success in the workplace. For example naman, in terms of frustration, let's say one of your workmate, siguro let's say nasigawan ng employer, although it's not of course something that would usually happen, especially in Accenture. But let's just say, for an example lang naman, no? Let's say because she made a very big mistake in the workplace and then nasigawan siya ng kanyang supervisor, let's just say. Of course, hindi ka naman lalapit sa kanya and you will react something like, alam mo, dapat hindi mo na talaga ginawa yun eh. You shouldn't be like that. If you have self-awareness, you know that that particular person is already feeling bad about herself and her actions, let's just say. No? So, if in any case or if that kind of situation came up, you should just um, go near that workmate and make sure that your presence is available. Whether she wants to express her frustration, whether she wants to cry, or whether she wants you to listen, you should be aware of what is happening around you. So that is uh, what we call self-awareness. That is also a great soft skill that everyone has to learn, especially in a very diverse group of people in a workplace. Ayan. Okay, so next is having a growth mindset. So when we talk about having a growth mindset, you need to be able to deal with setbacks, be willing to grow and learn and give 100% when attempting new tasks. So having a growth mindset, meaning you should be a trier and you should not give up easily. Especially, for example, if your supervisor has tasked you certain projects, hindi naman kayo bibigyan ng projects na is beyond your capacity. So I always remember the famous phrase, if at first you don't succeed, try again. There's always room for growth, in having a growth mindset. Kasi you're allowing yourself to commit mistake, to learn something new every day. Ayun. So again, just be a trier and don't give up easily in situations like this. All right, let's see. Moving on to the next, we have initiative. So when we talk about initiative, it means looking for things that needs to be done and doing them without being asked. So you're also familiar probably with the word being proactive. That is a synonym of initiative. So employers really appreciate when their teammate or when their employees are being initiative of certain things. Like for example, let's say in comparison to your team, okay, you have less workload today. Kunyari, ikaw, let's say, ang pasok mo is 9 to 6 p.m., 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then by, let's say, 3 p.m., you're already done with all of your tasks. Okay? It I would say the supervisor or your teammate would appreciate it better, no? Parang if you would come to them and say, hey guys, maybe you need help with something, or maybe there's something I can contribute kasi wala na akong ginagawa. I finished all my tasks for today. They would appreciate that because pakikipagkapwa, you know that your teammate is already having a hard time kasi medyo mahirap yung workload, medyo madami, and you're at peace. You're at peace as of the moment kasi you're already done. Try to be selfless and offer some help with them kasi they would really appreciate if people are being initiative towards certain things. And in connection to that, having an effective interpersonal skill is also important. Effective interpersonal skill, this is your ability to build good relationships with other people and find ways to build your network. So initially, I've said we should have a skill of being initiative. So in connection with that, mabibuild yung effective interpersonal skill natin. Because we are reaching out. We are trying to build rapport. We are trying to build good relationships with other people by extending our help with them. Part of effective interpersonal skill, of course, being a team player. Okay. Let's say, for example, you guys are brainstorming. Okay. And you're giving out ideas to them. Syempre, relevant ideas. Yeah, they would appreciate that because you're trying to put something out. You're trying to give out ideas, but at the same time, you don't know na you're building good relationships with them. They know na maaasahan ka in moments like this that they needed something, not needed some idea, okay? Especially in brainstorming, yung mga weekly meetings na yan, ganyan. Dito ma-hone yung effective interpersonal skills mo. Part of this also is, like what I said, building your own network. So maybe try joining certain groups, okay? Certain trainings, seminars, webinars, whether it is physical or online. Try to build your network. Try to find people of your same boat na eventually will help you prosper, that eventually will give you, a clear path of where your career is going. So, for example, if you want to, let's say, your goal eventually in this company is to be a supervisor, let's say, or let's say a senior analyst, or let's say a specialist. Syempre, you want to build good relationships with people of the same boat, no? Syempre, you want to, I wouldn't necessarily say obey, but rather, what other term should I use? Siguro, comply. Yon. You should comply to their requests, right? To their, they needing any help from you. Eventually, pag ikaw na naging specialist, or ikaw na yung mataas yung position, di ba? It would be best kasi you already know some people from that line of, let's say, career level. Yeah, so effective interpersonal skill is just as important as effective communication skill because this kind of two skills goes hand in hand. Ayan. All right. Next is adaptability. So when we talk about adaptability, these skills allow you to adjust to new situations and change your actions as needed. So being adaptable means privileging strategic thinking when you meet new challenges, big or small. Okay, so I just read that off from my notes. But when we talk about adaptability, you should learn how to adapt to certain changes, whether it is big or small, especially in the workplace. So, workplace, we have this what we call organizational changes. Okay, when we talk about organizational changes, usually in the structure, changes in the structure of your team, or your project, or your task. Okay, so if you have a skill of being adaptable to certain changes, let's say malipat ka man sa ibang team, mag-iba man ang project mo, mag-iba man ang task mo, it wouldn't be hard for you kasi you are allowing yourself, you're allowing yourself to accept changes. You're allowing yourself to adapt to new environment, no? So, kumbaga, you find positivity in changes. I mean, kasi ever since naman change, whether it is positive or negative, we cannot change that. Change is inevitable. That is something that will eventually happen in an ever-changing world. So having an adaptability set of skills will help you in the future, especially on the type of work that we're currently emerging, yung remote or yung hybrid that we're still, adapting as of this moment. Okay. And then next I have is technology. Okay. Technology is not a soft skill. This is the last, I believe, and this is a hard skill. But I just wanted to insert technology, not just because Accenture is, more of a technology company, but rather in this world, they always say the future is technology. We've started again adapting into certain work changes, in terms of work setup, how we have meetings with other people, how we conduct assessment, how we make interviews, at some point we use different digital platforms. Okay, basic technology skills will help you along the way, especially if it is relevant in your program or whatever field of career you'd like to choose in the future. Ayan. Okay, so every skills you acquire doubles your odds of success. I just read this online. I actually, unfortunately, don't have the source, but I just wanted to highlight that there are a lot of skills out there. Okay, whether you're trying new activities or in your day-to-day life, you will learn something new. Life is a lot. How do I say this? Learning is a lifelong process. Sorry, I kind of mix it up. But yun nga, learning is a lifelong process. Meaning, let's say, for example, I use myself as an example. No? I'm very introverted, especially back in high school and in college days. But because of my course, my program, psychology, and because of the experiences that I've had, I've ventured into recruitment, which deals on, recruiting candidates, applicants, students, ganyan, to join our company. I've learned how to adapt and try acquiring new set of skills. I improved a little bit on my interpersonal skills. Okay, I got rid of my stage fright. Okay, whether it is virtual or physical, you know, eventually hindi mo malalaman, hindi mo na rin mararamdaman na you're acquiring new set of skills because at the end of the day you're just focused on your goal, 'di ba? I've learned how to be adventurous. I've learned how to, you know, try to be more impulsive of my decisions sometimes. So when you're acquiring more and more skills, it doubles your odds of success. And I think that concludes my talk for today. All right. So if you guys are interested in Accenture, you can visit accenture.com/ph students for our internship, employment opportunities, and other campus programs. Check our social media website, and of course, for you to directly apply in our company, it would be easier for you actually to visit jobs180.com/Accenture because Jobs180 is our direct partner in campus events. Ayun. So I think that concludes everything. Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Kyle, for that presentation po. So unfortunately, he will not be joining us for the question and answer portion. So if you have any questions, you can email him at info@jobs180.com, or if you are interested in applying for a job at Accenture, you can visit jobs180.com/Accenture. So you can search there mga available job positions na baka magugustuhan nyo and you can apply there. All right. So thank you so much. So we are down to our last but not the least topic for today. So our third speaker will be discussing developing strong work ethics. So Sir Rowie is a licensed educator specialized in English. So moreover, he started his pedagogical career in ESL companies and eventually handled various posts like team leader, language/communications trainer, QA, and academic expert. So he has been trudging this path for 6 years now and has continued his service with VXI as a language trainer. So ultimately, he has been working with a sophisticated group of people geared towards perennially aiding the applicants to land their job. So let us all welcome, with warm virtual applause, Sir Rowie Corquera Sarillana, the Talent Acquisition Associate and Language Trainer of VXI.
Hi, good morning.
Hi, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes.
All
I
right.
hope I'm audible enough and I'm
Yes,
visual.
sir. You audible ko na po, and your screen is up, so I will leave you to it and get back to you after the presentation.
Thank you, Miss Yumi. All right. So good morning, my buntag, Cristal-e College. Um, I hope namahaw na ang tanan. So I'm from the VOW, as what you've seen on my introduction. However, I do not know if the local language in Bohol is also Bisaya. I just hope that it is Bisaya, so we can understand each other. All right. By the way, today we'll be talking about something that you guys should be very much familiar about. So, for me, it's a hot potato for everyone, especially for those who are about to graduate this year. You'll be joining the workforce in no time. Today we'll be having developing strong work ethics. Now, we'll be knowing exactly why it matters and how it can help you propel or help you in your career advancement in the future or in the near future. Some of you have not or might have not stepped on the stage yet and have acquired their diplomas, but I know some of you have already sent their application in some of the companies that you are eyeing for. So this might come in handy. You might need a pen and paper for you to learn something. Moving on. Let's first have this quick trivia. Did you know that employers value integrity? 80% of them value professionalism, 75% value accountability, and 72% value work ethics. Now, this might be, or these numbers might be a ballpark figure. So when we say a ballpark figure, it's a hard estimate. It's not exactly what they are talking about, but it's based on a survey in the US and probably despite which country the survey is from, they still require the same qualifications for candidates, right? Now, apart from that, it all sums up to 92% of HR professionals favor candidates with strong work ethics for hiring. So, probably you're wondering what's the difference between ethics and etiquette, right? Now, etiquette is a norm. So, when we say norm, it's socially acceptable. So, it's a social standard that dictates on how you should be acting, how you should be speaking in a public place, right? But etiquette varies depending on which country you are from, right? For example, table etiquette when you are eating in Japan, right? It's okay to do this and that. It's not okay to use chopsticks to uh, uh, pick food. Let's just say use it as a fork. It's actually disrespectful. But in the Philippines, since we do not use chopsticks, or some of us do not use chopsticks, it's okay to use fork. Anyway, again, etiquette is a social norm. It's how society is expecting you to act and speak in a certain circumstance. Whereas ethics, I'll be defining it in a few. But before I start defining what ethics is, let's first know why these things matter, especially for you students, right? First and foremost, knowing or developing strong work ethics would help you in your career advancement. So when we say career advancement, it could be promotion, it could be you getting hired, right? Believe me or not, excuse me, believe me or not, even if you graduated on top of the class, right? It's not going to be easy for you to look for a job, right? Why? Because companies, let's all be honest, they are not just looking for your grades, they are also looking for your experiences. Most of you will have a hard time answering the questions that the interviewers will be asking you or giving you during the interview. Some of you will be shivering. Some of you will be doing the malpractices that most candidates fail because of these things, right? But then again, knowing or developing a strong work ethics would help you have an advanced career in the future, right? So it'll be much easier for you to get on the position that you are aiming to get or eyeing for. All right. Now, moving on. Next is a higher job satisfaction. Now, doing what you love and loving what you do is success, right? Higher job satisfaction, meaning you're happy on what you're doing. Now, believe me or not, everyone, most of you on their first job would love to get this figure. You're very much specific on how much you should be receiving, despite you not having enough experience yet. But I'm not saying that you are inexperienced. All right. We're talking about length of experience here. Now, most of you, despite it's your first time landing a job, right? Most of you wanted to get a 20K salary package or more, right? Now, believe me or not, it's not going to be the salary that will make you last longer in a job. It's the people that you work with. Believe me, having a strong work ethic as being part of a team will make your work easier and lighter, that you won't have to drag yourself to work on a daily basis. All right. Now, you might not understand that yet, but believe me, once you are a part of the workforce, you will know eventually. All right. Third reason is maximize productivity. Now, despite you not having enough experience once you get hired, of course, the employers are expecting you to carry out the tasks that you are hired for, right? Now, most employers will not just look on how well you answer the interview questions because you've memorized everything that you have watched on a video on YouTube on how to answer these questions, on how to deal bait questions. Again, they're looking for actual performance, right? Now, if you crunch the numbers, doesn't matter how high your scores are in school, but if performance wise at work doesn't add up, of course, employers will not be keeping you for long, right? Now, for you to have productivity at work, having a strong work ethic is, of course, necessary, all right? Next is increased employee retention. This is also a piggyback on career advancement. Okay. Now, always remember the employers are investing. on you guys. Whatever company that is, even here in VXI, right? Employers are investing money on you, right? So, how can you return that investment to them? Of course, by carrying out the task, meeting their expectation, or even exceeding their expectation. But I'm not saying that if you do not exceed their expectation, you will be retrenched or you get fired at work. Of course not, right? As long as you're meeting the minimum requirement at work, but if you have a strong work ethic, you will not just be aiming or just hitting uh, the minimum requirement. You'll go the extra mile, and that's how you'll have career advancement, and that's how you'll have employee retention. All right. Now remember, most of you are just going to be having their first jobs after you graduate. Believe me, your next employer after your first job will be looking at how long you have stayed on your first job or your first company. Believe me, for your first experience to be credible, it must be at least a year and a half or two. All right. Now, I stayed in this company for 6 months. I believe it's long enough. It might be long enough, but believe me, long is subjective. All right. Doesn't matter how long you've stayed in a company, but if you have not learned enough in that 6 month time, right? That's what they are looking for exactly, right? The transformation of your experience to actual performance. All right. Next is enhanced industry reputation. Of course, how you do something is how you do anything. You make yourself reputable at work depending on how you do small up to big responsibilities at work. Of course, your employer will be impressed if you started humble until you have uh, learned the ropes and reached certain milestones wherein you have been promoted. You will be getting increased or increases, or you'll be getting more than what you're paying for, or more than what the company is paying for, which is your incentives, right? Now, you make your brand at work. You make yourself marketable depending on the tasks you've accomplished, right? Believe me, guys, this is reality, right? If you are not performing, people will not care about you. If you are within their level, they will think of you as competition. If you exceed their level, they will think of you as a bad person, right? Based on a song of Taylor Swift, I believe people throw rocks to the things that shine, right? Once you exceed their expectation, people will start doubting your ability. That's reality, all right? Wherever you go, which company you'll be a part of, toxicity will always be there, all right? Now, depending on you, how you deal with toxicity, how you live with toxicity, because toxicity is everywhere, right? Even by the time you open your eyes in the morning, toxicity is always there or is already there, right? Might be your neighbor shouting early in the morning, right? Might be the driver charged you extra than what the minimum fare is or the fare that you are expecting to pay. Know what I'm saying? Depending on your, of course, reaction. Yeah. It's like inertia, right? In every action, there's always an opposite yet equal reaction. So depending on you guys, it's all about mind setting. Okay. Now, what you should be working on is focusing on your craft. Do not focus on other people's craft. All right. What I'm saying is learn from their craft, adapt what needs to be adapted, and improve on what needs improvement for yourself. All right. Moving on. Let's first define finally what work ethic is. So, work ethic represents a set of ethical attitudes towards work that regulates employees' behavior at work. So basically, this one, guys, work ethic is mental that eventually turns to behavior. Attitude is mental, behavior is physical, right? Attitude, that's your mind setting. Depending on what your mind setting is, your behavior comes into picture. That's your physical reaction. Let's first reminded by what Mahatma Gandhi has said. Carefully watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Manage and watch your words, for they will become your actions. Consider and judge your actions, for they have become your habits. Acknowledge and watch your habits, for they shall become your values. Understand and embrace your values, for they become your destiny. All right? So it all starts here until it ripples, right? It could be a tempest in a teapot, right? So it could start bad until it goes worse, right? It could start good until it becomes best, right? It's up to you. Moving on. By the way, work ethic is divided into two. We have strong work ethic and we have bad work ethic. As the name implies, strong work ethic refers to an outlook that compels people to succeed within themselves. All right. So, by the way, strong work ethic, it's going to be the positive mindsetting, right? It could be that your boss will be giving you or leaving you snow under. When we say snow under, you're very busy. You can barely have your life aligned because you're very much tied up at work, right? Now, despite having a lot of things to do, a strong work ethic demands you to go to the fullest, right? Remember, work life balance, I believe for some people it does not exist, right? It depends on you, right? We have 24 hours in a day. You work 9 hours. An hour is for your break. Might be another 30 minutes for your snacks in the afternoon or in between your shifts. You still have a couple of time left for yourself, for you to sleep, for your family. It's a matter of prioritization. So we have Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. Q1, it's both urgent and important. So you need to identify the tasks accordingly. If this is your boss's assignment prior to your end of shift or um, prior to the end of day, right, at work, you need to prioritize this. You need to have this finished tomorrow before the end of shift. That's Q1. Q2 can be important but not urgent. Important but not urgent, for example, could be if outing, right? It is important to have a family outing, but again, it's not urgent, but it is important. So it means it can be rescheduled, right? Or it can be your workmate asking you to let's eat out, right? Or let's go to Starbucks, right? Now, it's important, of course, to build relationships with your colleagues, with your family, but again, it's not urgent, so it can wait. Next is it can be um, urgent, but it's not important. All right. And then the last one is not urgent and not important. It could be you playing games, right? But then again, most people believe playing games is just a waste of time. I beg to disagree. Depends on your habits, right? If it has become an addiction, then it will affect your life. Therefore, it will hinder you having a strong work ethic, all right? Now, playing games is an advantage for some people because if you play games, you need to have strategy. And in games, you meet different opponents. You'll be facing different foes, different enemies. So therefore, they have different styles. To sum it up, you need to have different strategy for different types of enemies. That's how you develop critical thinking skill. That's how you start developing becoming a problem solver. All right? But then again, I'm not saying that playing games is the only way for you to improve that. It's just another way, right? Moving on to bad work ethic. Shows a lack of determination and direction in the workplace. So, having a bad work ethic, let's just say you are gradually burning out. So, when you say burnout, guys, it's you losing motivation at work. You're not as motivated as you were when you uh, had become part of the company, right? Might be because of the toxicity, might be because of the shift, might be because of the pay. You start to quiet quitting. So burnout and quiet quitting are directly proportional. When we say directly proportional, they are a part of one another or a part of each other, right? You started to feel burning out. You will gradually, know what I'm saying? You will gradually quiet quit. All right. So burnout because I don't like working with these people. Quiet quit, I will not be performing as good as before. All right. Now, it's too early for you to be or to feel that situation, right? But eventually you will reach that point. But believe me, if you really love what you're doing, burning out will be out of the picture. Quiet quitting will be out of the picture. That's why, if you are to apply for a job, make sure that it is going to be part of what you love doing, all right? Because at the end of the day, it will affect you. It will affect your performance, all right? And believe me, these data will be submitted to DOLE, or Department of Labor and Employment, or your supervisor, of course, will be interviewed by the next interviewer on your next job. They'll be asking how well you performed here in this company. Why did you leave the company? Of course, lying will not make it right. Know what I'm saying? Two mistakes will not make a thing right. Okay? Anyway, let's move on to the top five work ethics. First and foremost, integrity. When we say integrity, it's not just about honesty. All right? Integrity is doing the right thing without being told, especially in the type of work environment that we have now. Now, you might have a hybrid setup. When I say hybrid, you will be there are days that you will be staying at home on your computer, still working for the company, and there might be days that you will have to report in the office. All right, that's a hybrid setup. And there might be job opportunities that will require you to go to work, go to the office every day. And there are some job opportunities that will not require you to leave the comforts of your home, which is the work from home setup. Most of you believe it's the best option. Believe me, I've worked at home for quite some time, and I have been working in the office for years now. All right. And believe me, there are upsides and downsides to it, depending on you, of course, your preference. Now, getting back to integrity, how will you practice integrity as early as now that you're still students? For example, you've seen your classmate having a cheat sheet while taking the test. What should you do? It will test your integrity, right? You know exactly that you can cheat in this class because your professor will not be staying in the room for a while. Might be there having a meeting, right? So you're free. As they say, if the cat is away, the mice or mouse will play, right? So what should you do? Should you be going around absorbing answers from your classmates so you will have unified answers in the test? Or should you uh, apply the things you've learned because you've learned from that class, depending on you guys? So, speaking of integrity, these are the behaviors associated with integrity. Being accountable, meaning you'll be owning up to your mistake. You will apologize if needs apology, or if it needs an apology, or if it requires you to have an apology, then go, right? Apologizing is not a degrading part of your personality, right? Most people are being idolized because they know how to say sorry. Sorry is an easy word that everyone can remember easily, but not everyone is willing to utter, right? So that's being accountable. Next is honest or being honest. Of course, being honest is not just about you telling the truth or returning something that is not yours. Honesty is also about transparency, right? Being able to uh, express your opinion, of course, with due respect. Even if you disagree, you should be showing respect, right? Next is consistent. Being consistent meaning you will stay motivated, you will stay driven. The way you were uh, by the time you started working in this company up to now that you are still here. Okay, consistency. Now, again, doing how you do something is how you do anything. So, right now, as a student, try to, uh, you know, do go the extra mile. All right. Do not just comply on what your professors are asking you to submit. Try to exceed their expectation. That's something, right? Another project is coming in, right? And those are anything. So, how you do something is how you will do anything. And that's consistency. All right. Again, start small until you reach big responsibilities. All right. Next, speaking of responsibility, these are the behaviors associated with responsibility. So, being responsible, knowing exactly what the job description says, what your role is, and what your job is about. So, first and foremost, punctuality or showing up on time, not just in time. When we say on time, you're exactly there prior to the rendezvous or rendezvous. So when you say rendezvous, it's a meeting place or it's the time when you are meeting with some people or with your colleagues or at work, right? Now, how will the boss know exactly if you are performing if you are showing up on time? All right. Showing up on time or having time sense. I know, guys, we are in the Philippines. However, we should not get used to practicing Filipino time, right? Once you start working, start practicing American time. Be consistent. Again, how you do something is how you do anything or everything. Okay. Back then, right? I'm not used to be, or I was not a morning person, right? I wake up 11 o'clock because I sleep at 1 o'clock a.m., right? Playing games. That was me back then. But I realized I'm becoming less productive. So what I started doing, I started working out. Know what I'm saying? So I wake up early. I started becoming a morning person until I was eventually to practice punctuality at work. All right. Next, being organized. Um, there's always a place for everything, right? Being organized meaning you know exactly when you've placed your things, as easy as that. As students, right? When your mom asks you, where did you put your pen? You don't know where it is because the house is topsy turvy, or your room, perhaps, is topsy turvy. Now, it's not your mom's job to look after you. It's not your mom's job to provide everything for you. You need to do the legwork yourself, right? So, being organized, start by fixing your bed in the morning. It gives you a sense of pride. I have accomplished a task today, right? You started your day strong, therefore, you will end it with a bang. Next is disciplined. So, disciplined is about having control on what you say, how you act, and how you talk with other people. and it's part of responsibility, right? It's not your responsibility, of course, to tell everyone how your colleague's life is. That's gossiping, all right? Part of being disciplined is not sticking your nose where it's not supposed to, all right? Moving on to professionalism. From the root word itself, professional, you will eventually become professionals, right? Um, Professionalism, everyone, according to Albert Einstein, education is what remains after one has forgotten what one has learned in school. So when we say education, it's the combination of the things you've learned after a 4 year course, right? Degree is different. It's a piece of paper. It can dilapidate, you can burn it, right? It wears off, okay? It will have a normal wear and tear if you don't take care of it. But then again, it's just a piece of paper, right? How will they know that you have learned something? It's your education, and that's professionalism. Speaking of which, these are the behaviors associated with professionalism. First is becoming a team player. Of course, right? Wherever you go, you will always be a part of a team. Do not make being an introvert an excuse because believe me, you will have to learn how to move out your bubble. You will need to associate with other people. You will need to mingle with other people, not just because of romantic relationship. Okay, you will need to have platonic relationship with everyone. All right, but I'm not saying that you will have to be a social butterfly. No. All right. Uh, Team player in our local language, pakisama. All right, you would have to learn how to. It's as easy as this. If you are in Rome, do as the Romans do. That's how they say it. Okay. If you are in the office, do exactly how people do it. All right. If you see other people slacking off, loafing, when I say loafing, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, right? So, does that mean I have to also loaf? No, right? Part of professionalism is, of course, distinguishing good and bad, all right? Being a team player, meaning you will have to work with them. One way or another, you will need their help, and vice versa. Okay? Problem solver. Again, your boss has a problem. That's why he needs people. That's why a company hired you because they have a problem at something and they believe you are a perfect fit to solve that problem. Okay? Now, in school, your teachers have been asking you questions. Most of you are getting annoyed. Why have they been asking a lot of questions? Why do they have a lot of questions? It's because they're testing how well you have developed, how well you have learned, how much you have learned from your day to day schooling. All right. Now, being, excuse me, being a problem solver, of course, would need other people. Sometimes you would have to face it yourself, but most of the time you would need your colleagues. All right. Next is excellent communicator. I'm not saying that you would have to be eloquent in speaking English just to be an excellent communicator. Again, communication comes in many forms, verbal and nonverbal, right? Let's just focus on those two. Okay. Excellent communicator, it's being sensitive, knowing exactly when to say something and what to say at a certain time. All right. Now, an excellent communicator knows exactly how to acknowledge other people's effort and knows exactly how to apologize and whatnot. All right. Moving on to respectfulness. Okay. This might be the lowest lying fruit. When we say lowest lying fruit, guys, easiest to achieve. Again, you cannot achieve respectfulness if you don't have self respect. And when does it start? At home. Charity starts at home, guys. Okay? So, in order for you to learn how to respect others, you must first learn how to respect yourself. Okay? First is receptive. Part of being respectful, guys, is you know how to listen. You not just talk all the time. All right? According to Confucius, we're given a pair of ears and one mouth so we can listen twice as much as we can speak. That's how we learn, by being receptive, by listening to other people, by observing other people. All right. Next, being sensitive. All right. A part of being a good communicator is being sensitive, and it is part of respectfulness. Sensitive meaning if you know if you know how to feel the room, if you know what I'm saying, if everyone is sad, of course, you should also be sensitive enough to not crack inappropriate jokes. Okay? Because believe me, you will reap what you sow. Okay? Next is being polite. Okay? Politeness is not just applicable to your supervisors, to those who have positions at work. Everyone deserves respect, even the security guard, even the property custodian or the janitor. All right? Greet them. Okay? How would you know how it feels? The way you feel when someone wishes you to have a good day. It feels great, right? So why not spread it? Moving on. Dedication. So, dedication, most of you have reached this point because you have dedication. And again, not just dedication. All right? So, these are the things that associate with dedication. First is being passionate. So, passionate meaning love, all right? You have love for what you're doing, okay? That's why I'm asking you. Uh, I believe some of you have taken that courses because your parents told you so. But believe me, I graduated as an educator. I was not supposed to get education as my bachelor's degree. But here I am teaching you guys, right? Now, I've learned through time that educating people does not only help them, it also helps me. Part of being receptive, I also learn from them. Okay? Learning is a two-way process, right? You impart knowledge, you absorb knowledge. Okay? Next, ask yourself, what am I good at? Right? What is my passion? If your passion is, let's just say, playing basketball, why not play basketball for a living, right? While being a professional, okay? Practicing your bachelor's degree in the morning or vice versa in the weekend, be a basketball player while earning money, right? Next is goal oriented. As early as easy as it sounds, focusing on what matters, right? If you are focused on what you should be getting, you'll eventually get there, but believe me, it's not going to be an easy task. It's not a paved road, right? It's a rough road for you to reach that goal. But then again, being part of being a team player, you need other people. Okay. As what Helen Keller mentioned, she's deaf, she's blind, and mute at the same time, right? How does she express herself? Through writing. Okay. According to her, walking a friend or walking alone in the light would be worse. I'm sorry. Walking a friend in the dark is better than walking alone in the light. So it means being a team player, together we can do so much rather than so little if we are to do it on our own. Next is being proactive. So being proactive meaning you are a prime mover. Okay? You have initiative. You need to start doing something. If you think this works, then by all means suggest it to your boss. All right. Again, your leader rather than your boss. All right. So again, a leader knows how to listen. A boss only gives directions, instructions, and that's it. A leader motivates. If you think this works, then talk to your leader. By all means, suggest it. All right. With all due respect. Now, how do we exactly develop a strong work ethic? First is adapt best practices. Okay. You have your best teachers at school or best professors. You have your friends. You have your idols in show business, right? Why not adapt the things that they're good at or that you think they were successful because of that? Then adapt it, try owning it, all right? Practice it as your own. It's not plagiarism, it's you adapting, right? Best practices. Because believe me, for me to reach this point, I also adapted best practices of those people ahead of me, all right? Next is be punctual, okay? Start your day strong by waking up early, not waking up barely in time. So when we say in time, you're just a minute. You only have a minute left when you reached your first subject, and it's not a good practice. All right, being punctual meaning showing up ahead of time. All right, if let's just say the call time is 6 a.m., be there at 5:45. Right, don't show up by all means by 7 o'clock. Most of us, 9 a.m. is the call time, but most of you show up 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Right, start being punctual. Okay, being punctual meaning you respect other people's time. All right. How would you know how it feels? Try to put yourselves in their shoes, not just put their shoes on, but walk with them. All right. It's like men, right? If they're courting a girl, doesn't matter how late the girl will come, they will wait for them. And believe me, wait time is not going to be easy, right? You will have to kill time for you not to feel boredom, right? Anyway, moving on to make the most of each day and start it strong by, of course, start doing the right thing by the time you get up. Make your bed. Do not let your mom make your bed for you. All right? Because eventually, she will not be there for you. You only have yourself. All right? That's reality. So start it strong by doing the right thing by the time you get up. Once you've accomplished a small thing by the time you get up, you will start accomplishing more things because you have this sense of pride, right? If I can make my bed, I can also make breakfast. I can also do great things at work, right? That's what I'm saying. Moving on to practice professionalism. When shall it start? Now. If you don't do it now, when? If you don't do it, who will do it for you? As simple as that. Next is organize feedback session. According to Elon Musk, if you guys know him, probably all of you or most of you knows him, right? Because as what he said, I think it's best to have a feedback loop where you are constantly thinking about things you've done and how you could be doing it better. Feedback sessions meaning because we have our own point of view and sometimes it's not enough. There are blind spots that we cannot see, but others can. That's what feedback is for, right? If you think you're doing it right, but for some people, you might need to do it the other way around. Okay. Again, receptiveness, learn how to listen. Okay. That's the essence of receiving and giving feedback. Okay. But sometimes it's easier to give feedback, to give reaction, right? To post these things on social media rather than staying passive on social media. Anyway, that's your choice. It's your life. Moving on to this food for thought. Work ethic is important because, unlike intelligence, athleticism, charisma, or any other natural attribute, it's a choice by Mike Rowe. Always remember, guys, work ethic starts in you. It's not going to be the world that will be adjusting for you, it's the other way around. Okay? You're not that special. Everyone can do things that you can, and sometimes better. Right? There's always a bigger fish in the pond. Now, VXI PH sites, should you wish to apply in our sites, you're more than welcome to visit these sites. Or if you know someone living close to these sites, why not give them a piece of advice, get yourself a job. All right? Go on these sites, start applying, start doing things right. Now, if you don't want to burn calories, you might want to burn calories on your fingers by visiting these sites or this website, www.jobs180.com/VXI, right? For you to look for vacancies and other opportunities. And that pretty much wraps it up for me. Thank you very much, Cristal-e College.
Myself, there is.
All right. So thank you so much, Sir Rowie, for that very informative and insightful presentation. Okay, guys. So for our question and answer portion, you can now comment your questions in the comment section, and I will read them, and Sir Rowie will answer them. All right. So, sir, as they are formulating their questions po, so I have some questions po, regarding the topic.
Sure.
Okay. In your ano sir, in your years sa imuhang career, opo, in your career, have you experienced wherein na challenge yung work ethic nyo talaga, or wherein you were in a dilemma wherein you were going to choose between two difficult things?
Of course, every day. All right, so I've been working for quite some time. I'm not saying I'm the longest working individual in the room, but at least I have an experience for some time, right? Every day, guys, will be tested. It's not when you start working, it's actually even when you're still a student. Your work ethic or your school ethic will be tested, right? Choosing the best option and respectfully declining at something. Now, my piece of advice is if you're to choose two best of both worlds options, try to listen to your heart. I'm not singing a song, guys. Try to listen to what your heart wants, all right? Not just what your friends want, not just what your parents want for you. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be you reaping all the consequences of your choice.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. So, with that, sir, do you think na may role yung consistency sa pag-develop or pag-maintain natin ng strong work ethic?
Of course, right? Again, guys, in doing or practicing work ethic, it's not just going to be one day lang, right? You need to do it every day. As I said, for you to have a sense of pride na to accomplish more things for that day alone, because believe me or not, you spend most of your time working, less time at home, right? So why not start by having a sense or gaining a sense of pride by making your bed up? That's how I start my day, right? I make my bed up. It gives me a sense of pride. I already have accomplished something at hindi pa ako pumupunta sa office. So it gives you a motivation to do more because that's human nature, right? If you can do this, you can do that, you'll look for more, right? And that's consistency. Stay hungry, right? Stay hungry, not for food, but for opportunity and for career advancement.
Okay, so, for a while lang, sir, tanong ko lang po if okay lang yung internet ko.
Okay lang naman po, Miss Yumi.
Okay, okay lang pala, sir. Okay, sige po. So, ano po, sir, another question din po is, how do you instill a strong work ethic in others, such as team members or mentees, especially if yung mga team members nyo does not have the same values as you?
Yes. Guys, do not put all the weight on your shoulder. It's not your responsibility to change everyone to make the world better, to make the world a better place, right? Instead, be the change that you want to see in the world. Be the prime mover, be the proactive one. Have the initiative to start doing the right thing, even if they can't, even if they aren't, even if they won't.
Correct. Ang ganda naman ng mga quotes ni sir. Very quotable na mga answers ni sir. Very, ano po din sir, sa experience mo po, ano po ba yung mga long-term benefits ng pag-cultivate ng strong work ethic both personally and professionally? And, yun po.
Okay, sure. Having a strong work ethic, guys, would give you or would open more windows of opportunity. It's not just for this company alone, because believe me, By the time you enter the interview room or by the time you answer the phone call from the interviewer, they'll be checking your demeanor. Demeanor is your attitude, guys. Again, mental. Whatever you're thinking will eventually manifest, and that's going to be your behavior. So believe me, if you have a clean mind, if you have a clean or healthy mind, rather, because you have a strong work ethic, it will eventually show up. All right. Fake it till you make it. It's what is famous here in the BPO, right? At first, medyo awkward siya. Mahirap siyang i-practice professionalism. But believe me, consistency, um, retention equals best practice. As what they say, uh, practice makes perfect, but then again, nobody is perfect. Again, at least close to being perfect, right? Again, guys, you don't have to pretend to be someone else. Show them who you are, but in a professional way, all right? With respect still.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. Ayan, practice makes perfect, pero also makes progress din, sir, ba? Okay.
Yes.
So aside from that, sir, there's a some would say there's a thin line between work ethic and people pleasing. So what is your opinion about that, sir?
People pleasing is different, guys. So when we say people pleasing, you are stroking someone's ego. For example, nagpapakasip-sip ka for this promotion. Again, there's always a glass barrier. So when we say a glass barrier, it's a metaphorical hindrance para hindi ka ma-promote, right? Again, you don't need to uh, please someone for you to get the position. You just need to show them exactly that you are worth giving that position through your performance at work. Attendance as very important, guys. Una-una yung attendance, next yung performance. All right? So wag kayong making mapagbilang sa oras. If you want to earn more, start or practicing not looking at the clock. Okay? It might be hard at first, but believe me, it is financially rewarding. As they say, I had this quote and I'm paraphrasing. Luck is a product of sweat. As you get sweater, you get luckier. So it means work hard for it. Okay? Nothing is achieved easy that stays and lasts for a long time. It's easy come, easy go, as they say.
Okay, so thank you so much, sir. For my last question po, sir, have you ever experienced burnout or exhaustion due to your commitment to work? Or how do you recognize it? And ano po yung mga steps niyo na tinake para ma-address yung issue?
Okay. First is warning signs, right? You start feeling tired, na parang ayoko nang pumasok, sarap umabsent. That's burnout, right? Kasi parang nagsasawa ka na dun sa environment, nagsasawa ka na dun sa culture ng trabaho mo. It's part of working, right? Kaya nga tayo may leave credits, right? For you to take a break, okay? So what I do if you are stressed, guys, take a walk, right? If you're tired, um, have a power nap. If you are anxious, write things down. All right. So again, it's a matter of mind setting. Okay. I'm not just working because I need the dough. It's because I also want to expand my horizon, become more professional. Even if, believe me, guys, whatever company that is, whatever position someone has, it does not guarantee that they have professionalism. Professionalism is not has nothing to do with title. If your let's just say superior doesn't have that, then be the bigger person. Show him or her how to be professional. And that's how you should be dealing with burnout or quiet quitting, right? Take a break, have some rest, right? Do what you love doing in your break time. You deserve a break. Okay?
All right. So thank you so much, sir. So we are at the end of our question and answer portion, sir. And thank you so much for answering those questions, sir. So pati ako may na-learn din. So I hope na yung mga students na nanonood sa atin is may na-learn din sila about developing
Hopefully.
strong work ethic.
Thank you, Miss Yumi,
All
and thank
right. So
you,
thank you,
Crystal E
sir,
College.
and I wish you best. Yes, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day and have a happy weekend. Hindi pa
Likewise. Bye,
pala
everyone.
Friday. Akala ko Friday. Friday na ba?
Friday na.
Oo, Friday na pala. Okay.
Love ni Miss Yumi talaga si Jobs 180.
Akala ko hindi pa Friday, sir. All right. So thank you
Every
so
day is a
much, Sir
Monday.
Rowie, and enjoy the
Thank
rest of
you.
your day. And have a happy weekend po. All right. So there you have it, guys. So if you are interested in applying a job at VXI, so just visit www.jobs180.com/VXI. And if you are having additional questions, or if you want to know more about VXI and their um, services, so you can email us at info@jobs180.com, or you may visit jobs180.com. All right. So all I can say, if this was my first time attending webinars like this would really help me. Okay, so there you have it, guys. We are done with the talk proper and successfully tackled all the topics assigned for today's session. So don't forget to evaluate this event. The link is flashed on your screen. You can also scan the QR code and is also available at the comment section. So take note lang, guys, that we have two QR codes. So there are labels sa ibabaw ng QR code, which is for Cristal-e College Incorporated and for CSPC Buhi Campus. So be careful lang sa pag-scan ng code. Baka magkamali kayo at hindi yung school nyo yung ma-scan nyo. Alright, so thank you so much for attending and staying all throughout the event. And we would also like to thank Miss Flor from Cristal-e College and Miss Maribor from CSPC Buhi Campus. Thank you so much for your hard work and coordination in making this event a success. So your dedication and efforts were instrumental, and we are truly grateful for everything you have done. So we hope that we have imparted insightful things that would help you as you embark on your journey to the world of work. So please watch out for our next set of webinars that we are going to host for. And don't forget to check our Facebook page and do not hesitate to join our future sessions too. So jobs180.com is thankful for Cristal-e College and CSPC for this partnership. And we hope that you have learned valuable things through this seminar. So in conclusion, I want to leave you with this thought. So your career is a journey and each day is an opportunity to build your path to success. So take what you have learned today and use it as a stepping stone to reach your goals. So remember, the key to a successful career is continuous learning, resilience, and a passion for what you do. So go out there, pursue your dreams, and make a difference. So thank you so much for joining us, and I wish you all the best in your career building endeavors. So the program has been concluded. This is your host, Yumi, and we will see you soon. So guys, don't forget to bring your umbrellas when you go outside and stay hydrated because mainit na mainit yung Pilipinas, and have a great day.
At a time when customers are demanding more value more rapidly, you need a transformation partner that can help make your customer experience your competitive differentiator. For years, RRD Go has been helping companies reinvent how they do business and reimagine how customers connect with their brand. Our customized solutions, deep industry expertise, and highly skilled global talent pool empower clients across every industry. We elevate customer engagement with targeted, interactive, and compelling omni-channel communications, and leverage tech-driven solutions to reimagine customer interactions and accelerate your transformation agenda. Our digital and workflow solutions generate actionable insights, enhance organizational flexibility, and simplify transactions. We harness the power of next-level technologies to bring new solutions to life. Everything from automation and data visualization to AI, AR, and beyond. By combining best-in-class, forward-looking technologies with some of the industry's best forward-thinking minds, we can help take your customer experience beyond what you thought was possible. Discover how. Visit rrd.com/go today.
Good morning, students. I am Vixie, the automated recruitment assistant of VXI, and I am here to answer your questions about our company. Hi, I have a question. Does VXI accept fresh graduates? Definitely. We accept fresh graduates, and you can apply via walk-in process at all our recruitment hubs. Jumpstart your career with us here at VXI. Is it really true that it is a one-day processing before you get hired? Absolutely. Here at VXI, you can get hired within the same day. Perks, benefits, and a great working environment await you here. We have decided that all of us will be applying tomorrow at VXI. See you there, Vixie!
In this constantly changing world where businesses move at a rapid pace, Innodata solves the toughest challenges in any industry through human expertise and the power of technology. We are a community that thrives on a culture of collaboration, ideation, and innovation. And we want you to be part of our family. Your journey towards a meaningful and thriving career begins with us. Be part of the Inno community. We are Innodata.